Lou. This Monday evening, this exciting, wonderful, fun Monday evening where I get to actually watch my team play a game of football. Believe it or not, 60 years since Manchester United's last football match, and tonight we get to watch them play again. For this special occasion, I have in fact actually donned my Manchester United jersey. It's hidden under my cardigan because I am also 60 years old and freezing cold all the time. I don't have the circulation I used to when I was a young whippersnapper. But I'm very, very, very excited. I have spent a lot of today talking myself into wins and out of wins and into losses and out of losses. So I'm a little bit all over the place, and it would be very, very United to make us wait 60 years for a match and then go and lose the bloody thing. So I am very aware that is a possibility. However, I have landed on the fact that I believe we're going to win. I have changed. That has changed multiple times today. But as it stands right now, this moment in time, I think we can win. I think it will be difficult. I think we will make it difficult, even if Leeds don't, because that's how we like to roll. But I think we can beat them. Now, I see the very lovely Shem is in the house saying, hello, lovely boss lady Lou, and all in the chat. Has Roberto De Zerbi... No, I'm going to correct myself. He has said, has Roberto De Spursy been fired yet? I like that a lot. Roberto De Spursy, yes. Excellent work, Shem. That's a good one. That one's going to stick. Paige is in the house saying, good evening, peeps. Quickly going to brew a pot of coffee and eat some chocolate to help my mood. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it, Paige. Mama Flossie is in the house. Hello to the lovely Mama Flossie. Hamhead is here saying hi and good evening to everybody. JT is in the house saying good evening. And Kieran would like to know, Ugarte, just why? I assume this is in reference to the lineup. I haven't looked at the lineup yet. I've been waiting to go live at you guys. So I know it's out there in the world. I haven't looked at it. I said I'd wait until I go live and you guys can actually see my live reaction to the lineup. So let's do that. Guess is in the house. She's saying she's here, she's got her tea ready, and she is using her very lovely Kool-Aid tea sticker, her special member sticker. Big up to Guess. JT says, I swear I seen De Zerbi's soul leave his body somewhere during the match. Well, let's hope we don't see the same thing from Carrick today. So let me look with the lineups before you give me any more spoilers in the chat, even though I've told you I haven't looked at it yet. So let me pull it up. I can't share it with you guys at the minute because I'm having a bit of a gremlin issue, but apparently you have all seen it anyway. So let me have a look at it myself. Lomans in goal. Okay. Mazraoui. That's Mazraoui started. Did everybody else know this? Right. What were you guys saying before I looked at this? You were talking about Manu, and you were talking about, who else did you say? Ugarte. Is Ugarte here? Ugarte is also mysteriously in the starting lineup. Okay, so that's what you're talking about, Manu first. So Ugarte is in because Manu's not on the starting lineup, not on the bench, and apparently is not listed as injured either. Did he get injured in the warm-up? Because he's not on the bench and he's not on the starting lineup. You'd imagine that would only be the case if he was injured, but he's not listed as injured. He's not on the injury list. He's listed as just not being included in the squad, which is interesting. Yeah, Ugarte makes me... Do you remember that thing I said that I felt like we could win? Oh dear, having Ugarte in the midfield kind of damages that a little bit, because I've watched quite a bit of Leeds this season. Dominic Calvert-Lewin on form at the minute. Okafor was trouble for the last team that Leeds played. Aronson was trouble for us the first time round. Tanaka had a very good game in their last match as well. And then obviously they have Ampadu in the middle with him, who's the captain. Goodmanson's decent, and we have Ugarte in the midfield. So when I opened it up, I started to back and go forward. I was very excited to see Mazraoui. I am less excited to see Ugarte. So let's read the whole thing, right? So Lamin's great. Mazraoui over Dallo, I'm also quite happy with, if I'm totally honest. Yoro, okay. Martinez, after his injury, straight back in. So you would like to think he's been back for a little bit before we've shoved him in. There was news out that he was on grass, I think, last week. Luke Shaw, obviously, because he's played all the matches this season. Casemiro, yep, brilliant. Ugarte. Oh dear. Oh dear. Maybe he's going to pull off a season 1 Ugarte and actually have a decent performance. Because season 1 he was okay. Season 2 it was the problem. Diallo, so Ahmad is starting. Also, Bruno, Cunha, Sesko. So Mbumo has been dropped instead of Ahmad for Sesko to start. I probably would have dropped Ahmad quicker than Mbumo, because Mbumo has struggled in the last few matches, but he has struggled because we're playing him in a position that's not his position. So that seems a little unfair. Yes, okay, he's been dropped based on performance, but performance has been based when you played about position. So I probably personally would have dropped Ahmad rather than Mbumo, but okay. Ugarte, it seems to be because Menu's just literally not in the squad and we don't have any other players for the midfield. We've no other midfielders. So it's not that he chose Ugarte, it's that there was literally nobody else. And I'm happy to see Mazraoui over Dallo. That's a mixed bag. And then obviously we have Licha back in the team, in the starting lineup. And he's gone with Yoro and Licha instead of Maguire. Sure, Maguire's suspended, he can't play. Okay. Overall, okay. Some of the decisions, some a bit question marky. Some of the decisions I'm like, right, that's decent. Shea Lacey on the bench. Nice to see. I like Shea Lacey. I like Shea Lacey a lot, actually. I think he's a really good player. Tyler Fletcher on the bench. Nobody really that could play as a instead of Menu other than Ugarte. If I'm totally honest, there just isn't. So his hands were slightly tied on that one, but it also goes to show you why we need to buy some midfielders, people. Okay, what are you guys saying while I digest that interesting lineup? And then I should probably read Leeds' one, which I'll do in a wee second. I'm just more concerned about us at the moment. Let me see. What are you guys saying? Dave Boy says, good evening. Dave Boy has joined us in the chat. Big up to Dave Boy. Kieran is saying he's happy that Sesko starts. So am I. JT says, I think before the warm up, a calf injury or something. Okay. They do know some ITKs over on that channel, so that's probably true. I obviously hadn't seen that at all because I haven't looked at the lineup. That would make sense why he's just not even on the bench. Last minute kind of injury before the match. Yeah, I could see that being true. I just didn't know. Paige is saying big up Mazraoui. Yes and yes. JT says he thinks we're losing this solely on the basis of Menu. I don't know if I'd go that far because I think Menu's definitely a lot better than Ugarte, but I don't think Menu's that important. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's my bias creeping in. I do think it makes us less good. I do think it makes it a bit more worrying. I'm definitely more concerned than if he was on the pitch. I don't know if I'd go like that's it, the match is over. I think Casemiro is going to have one of those matches, and he has it in him. Casemiro has played alongside Ugarte before and he's done well. So I think a lot's going to fall on Casemiro tonight. Floss, what's Dave? Are you actually in for Ugarte? I thought that was a joke earlier, my bad. Sam says, just quickly popping on to say good luck, Lou, and the United fans this evening, celebrating your son Logan's 13th birthday. Well, happy 13th birthday to Logan. Big up to Logan. Hopefully he has a fantastic day, a bit of cake, and we'll get a win to celebrate his birthday. So big up to you, Sam, and to Logan. Happy birthday to the little man. Oh, that's lovely. That's so cute. That's so cute. 13. What an age 13 is. What an age 13 is. I remember 13. Oh dear. Oh dear. Back when my hips, I could take a walk without my hips hurting me. Big up to Logan. But yes, so JT is saying, I think Ugarte and Manu is bad, but Ugarte and Casemiro is worse. It's not, because we've seen Ugarte, Casemiro. It's not worse. Ugarte and Manu, there's nobody really there that can sit and defend. There's nobody that can sit in front of the defenders. With Casemiro and Ugarte, Casemiro is so much better than Manu. Like, he can cover Ugarte somewhat. So I think either combination, Casemiro with Manu, Casemiro with Ugarte, is better than Manu Ugarte, because they're both not great. Ugarte worse, but it's definitely not worse. So we can hold on to that slight positivity. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Logan. JT says, it's crazy how much worse your lineup feels without Manu from outside looking in, and Amram deliberately chose to play Bruno instead of him. I think it feels worse because there's nobody to replace him. So, for example, like if we had a better player on the bench, it wouldn't feel that bad. I think it feels that bad because his replacement is Ugarte. I think if his replacement was Ugarte, it wouldn't feel like such a big deal, if that makes sense. And that is why we need a squad. That is why we need to buy players. Yet again. He's a Liverpool fan, so he wants Leeds to win. Well, I hope he has a lovely birthday and that he can cope with one minor disappointment, because the rest of his day has been so good. JT is saying, I'm not familiar with your club, but it felt like with Ugarte and Casemiro, there's not enough legs. There's not a lot of legs. That much is true. But there is a lot more intelligence. There's a lot more reading of the game. There's a lot more defensive ability. So not as bad. I can understand from the outside looking in, but from the inside, any variation that has Casemiro in it is better. By a long, long, long way. So I'm glad at least he's there. If it was Ugarte and Manu, I'd have been crying. I'd have been predicted 3 or 4-0. I'd have actually been crying. With Casemiro in the team, I do still think there's a good possibility that we win the match. Kieran, he's 13. Everybody's taking back their birthday wishes. Don't tell him that part, Sam. Just tell him the nice bits that we said. Lovely Luke is in the house. Big up to Luke. I see him in the chat there. Yeah, that's a real mixed bag of a lineup for us. Lamins, Mezraoui, Yoro, Martinez, Shaw. That's decent. That's decent, assuming Martinez is coming back from his injury good. Casemiro, big tick in the box. Ugarte, as I said, I hope Ugarte pulls off a performance like what he was doing for us in his first season, because his first season for us was definitely better. Ahmad, I probably would have swapped Mbeumo for Ahmad, but Ahmad has had some good games this season and he's rapid, and I suppose kind of what JT is saying, if you're taking pace out of another part of the pitch, and to be fair though, Manu's not fast. Manu's not really fast, if I'm honest. He's reasonably slow. But anyway, Ahmad is a bit rapid. Bruno obviously is always going to play. Cunha's having a good bit of form at the minute, and I am also happy to see Sesko start. So overall, bar Ugarte, I'm reasonably happy with that, if I'm honest with you. But for Leeds, they have Darlow in goal, Strick, Bijal, Justin, Goodmanson, Tanaka, Ampadu, Bogle. Okafor, Aronson, Calvert-Lewin. That is a tough team. As I said, I've watched quite a number of Leeds games this season. Calvert-Lewin on a good run. Okafor definitely played well in their last match. Aronson we struggled with in the first match. Tanaka had a good game in his last game as well. I think that might be his first start in a little bit as well. I think he was starting, and then he had a few where he didn't, and now he's starting again. Bogle is quite physical. Obviously, Ampadu is good. Gudmundsson, I think we've enough for them, but I definitely don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's probably going to be a high-scoring game as well. I think we're all going to be full of energy after not playing for like 6 lifetimes. And obviously, United have gone back with the luck of the Irish, so let's just hope that kicks in at some point this evening. I reckon you're probably looking at like 3-2, 3-1 to United. I think there's going to be a lot of goals, actually. I'm seeing goals in our future. Hopefully more for United than for Leeds, but I think there's going to be goals on both sides. I also hope Lamans is going to have one of them good games as well. But what else are you saying? JT is saying, I get you, Casemiro is definitely much better than Menu. Profile-wise, this feels better, but the quality overshadows the imbalance is what you're saying. The quality overshadows everything because we don't have a lot of it. Menu is more of a workhorse in terms of stamina, maybe, but not speed, but definitely stamina. Yeah, probably. Sam says, and he loves banter, so he was laughing. Oh, well, that's good. At least he took on the chin. Bless him, at 13, he's taken it on the chin from all us sour gets. Well, fair play to him. Paige is saying, my guy Tanaka, not tonight, Paige. Not tonight, he's not. Maybe tomorrow, but not tonight. Dave Boy says, no, Lord Harry, though, that's a worry. Yes, that is because Harry has been unfairly banned for this match. And Harry's normally my example of players that get away with things. Not this time. The PGMOL have been watching me and they're like, that's enough of that Harry Maguire stuff. We're going to have to start easing trouble for stuff now. But yeah, I do think we'll feel not having Harry at the back. I would have preferred Licha and Harry today. And that's not a slight on Menu. That is just, I think we're going to need our heads very much in the game. I think we're going to need not just experience, but cool, calm, collected. And that's Harry Maguire is. He doesn't panic. He doesn't stress. I think you have a much higher opinion of Manu than me, JT. It's where I think we're at. I've come to the conclusion you have a much higher opinion of Manu than me. Which is fair, because a lot of people do. I do also think, look at this fraud. Look at this fraud in my chat in here. Come on, Leeds. Come on, Leeds. How's Liverpool doing, Don Hassam? How many bloody crisis meetings have you had this week, huh? How's Slot keeping these days? Is he doing well, is he? Biggest fraud on YouTube in my chat talking about Leeds. There you go, Sam. Your son has a supporter in the chat. This blue fraud, he's a smurf. Paige said, the bloody app, when you're about to order clothes. Paige is fighting with apps that aren't even YouTube. Do you know what, Paige? You get that off your chest. Don't you worry your little head about it. Don't you worry. Dave Boy, Harry's WWE throwdown on Gabrielle, legendary. He didn't even get the ban for that. He got banned for arguing with the referee, who was clearly wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. Harry has been unfairly treated, and I think we should all go on strike. Yes, Don Hassam, how's Liverpool doing? Not very well, thanks very much. Where are you using the table? Let us have a little look, since he's decided to come in here and just be a smart arse. At least he's not telling me how much he hates my entire fan base today. Hate is bad. You need some yoga in your life, some chamomile tea. You'll be alright, Hassam, you'll be alright. Right, where are the standings for the league? Liverpool in 5th. That is 2 spaces down behind Manchester United. And if we win today, Hassam, we will be 6 points ahead of you. So pipe down, Liverpool. Logan says, big up to Hassam. Poor Logan, Sam. What you been doing? Logan is Sam's son who supports Liverpool, Don Hassam. So he's on your side, so he is. Sam is Chelsea, and somehow Logan has ended up being Liverpool, and is fighting against the tide, but it's also Logan's birthday, Hassam, so we're all saying happy 13th birthday to Logan. JT says, for me, Manu is a glorified Gallagher with a few extra sprinkles. That feels very mean. I don't rate Manu. I think he's overrated completely. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's slow. I don't think he's over. I think he's decent. He'd be a decent bench option, is my opinion on Manu. But a glorified Gallagher, that's a bit mean, even for me that doesn't rate him. Hassam is saying big up to Logan and happy 13th birthday. He's even got cake. He's got cake in the chat for Logan. Guys, what do we think of those lineups? What do we think is going to happen? Do we think it's going to matter the fact that Manchester United have not played in 60 years? Are we going to be rusty, or are we going to be full of energy and hit the ground running? What do we think about the fact that Martinez is just back from injury? That Mazraoui is actually finally getting a start? Do you agree with me? Do you think that Casemiro's talent and ability is going to be enough to overcome the Ugarte situation? What do you think about the fact that Sesko was starting? Let me know. Guys, give me some hope. Give me some hope. Help me out here. Logan thinks that Hassam is a legend. Bless him. JT, I mean, Gallagher is a decent bench option. That's true. He is a decent bench option. That is very true. But what are we thinking, guys? I reckon we're for goals. I reckon we're probably for cards. I reckon we're probably looking at 3-2-3-1. I'm obviously going in favour of Manchester United. However, as I said, through the day, that has gone backwards and forwards. I am not overconfident on this. However, after this, we have Chelsea, and the way Chelsea have been playing is absolutely dreadful. The way everyone's saying they're terrible, they're falling off, it's a crisis at Chelsea. That is exactly when they beat United. That's exactly what happens to us. We go in and we go in a bit too overconfident, and then we do stupid things. So what I would really like to do is win this match, because if we win this match, if we get 3 points today, we're guaranteed Champions League. And we need the money because we need to buy players, because we are playing Ugarte in the midfield because a substandard Manu is out of the squad. So, I mean, the starting choice I don't think is good enough. The backup is woeful. We need Champions League football because we need to buy players. We are in trouble. We're in real trouble, guys. Then I'll start doing the negotiating. We'll get some real deals then. I'll wear them down just by talking. They'll be like, we'll pay you to shut up. Kieran, thank you. Kieran is feeling positive. Kieran says, we'll get the win. I'm not worried about Leeds. They're pretty poor. But that's what makes me worry. If we were playing an informed team that was on fire, if we were going to play Manchester City right now, I probably wouldn't be that stressed. I'd be like, oh, this is the kind of match we turn up in. However, when another team is playing terribly, that's when I kind of go, because that's when we do stupid things. I have been conditioned by Manchester United to have no faith whatsoever in the football. But I hope that Kieran is right. Dave Boy says, if one of my boys had said he supported Liverpool, he'd have gone to Jerry Springer for a DNA test. Was it Jerry? Do you know what, Dave Boy? You're showing your age. If you were younger, that wouldn't have been Jerry Springer. It would have been Jeremy Kyle. Tell you what, back in the day. JT says, I think Martinez is key. He needs some crazy line breaking passes, or I don't see you guys connecting the lines very efficiently. JT says, is my fantasy too wild? I mean, when you're starting like that, maybe, although this is the channel for crazy thoughts. So, is his fantasy too wild, guys? Does Martinez and Maguire look like the perfect duo for a Bud and Spencer-ish comedy movie? Oh, Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. Oh dear. Sam says, I tried to brainwash him, but my dad got in there first somehow, so he's a Red Scout. Oh dear, oh dear. Yes, everybody shouting Jerry in the chat. Honestly, guys, I love it. This is such a serious stream about football. And here we are, Jerry Springer. Oh, excellent, excellent. I love it. Everybody loved. Do you know who I enjoyed? Do you know who I really enjoyed? Trisha. Does anyone remember Trisha? She was quite good. I think she might still be rocking around somewhere. She was quite good. I enjoyed a bit of Trisha. Sanka is, am I saying that right? Is it Sanka or Sankal? Let me know if I'm saying that right. Hello from India. First time coming to your channel. Madrid and Liverpool fan, by the way. Well, we'll ignore the Liverpool part for just a moment. Although all the fans are welcome here, Sanka. So thank you so much for joining. But you'll be pleased to know we do actually have 2 other Madrid fans on the channel. So you will be in good company in here. I don't know her surname. She was just called Trisha. The show was just called Trisha. Let me see, JT. Is that the right surname? Let us Google. Trisha. Show me a picture. No. Who is she? Is this some... What name have you put in here? Oh, no. No. Trisha. Talk show. Trisha Goddard. Trisha Goddard is who I'm talking about. Way back in the day. I know she's not popular now since she went on Big Brother and all that. But way back in the day, she was really good. She was really good. Let me see. Let us get this picture up of Trisha. I know I'm actually trying not to think about the match because it's making me nervous. Right, can I get this on the screen? Dun. Share my screen. That's not the one we want to share. Although, just as it's on the screen, the Premier League confirms the 2026-2027 fixtures date is going to be out soon. They have not yet released it, but it is going to be out soon. Let me try again. Trisha, this is her. This is the Trisha I was talking about. This is what she looked like back in the day, okay? Way back when. This is what she looks like now. This is her through the years. But, she was quite controversial. This is her now. She was quite controversial on Big Brother. But back in the day, Trisha Goddard, when she had her own TV show, she was brilliant. She was very much the same kind of thing as Jeremy Kyle, Jerry Springer, all that kind of thing. She was really good. Let me see. Now you're with me. Yes. Jerry, Oprah, Ricky Lake. Oh, Ricky Lake. Yes. Trisha would have been around the same time as Ricky Lake. Yeah, Dave Boy, these football chats are brilliant. Flossie was on the Kilroy show. I mean, I tell you what, I'll tell you, yeah, Dave Boy, you were on Crime Watch. Brilliant. Love it. That's so good. Guys, okay. Last few minutes before we go, because I have to go and settle myself down for the match. What do we think? What are your score predictions? And tell me why. Not just I hate United, okay? What are your score predictions? And what are the reasons you think that is going to be the score? Let me know in the chat. And try not to break my little heart. Do your best not to break my little heart. Which club did Jerry Springer used to play for? Oh, I love it. I love it so much, guys. Yous do give me such a giggle, so yous do. Really and truly. Yes, true. Guess is said Ricky Lake was in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. Trivia that might be used in a quiz one day. I love Buffy. That was a great show. JT says 2-3. JT, breaking my heart. Let me see. Moonshine is in the house saying hi to everybody. Guess says we are winning 3-1. Kieran is saying 4-2. Right, so we're all seeing goals in this. Flossie says, Crime Watch filmed a murder scene in my street and we were in the film. Love that. Sankal is saying, do you do Champions League watch-alongs too, by the way? How are United fans surviving? They are competing for nothing. Well, no, I don't do watch-alongs at the minute. I actually started my channel in the last few months, so I'm not at watch-alongs yet. I would say next season, I'm probably going to dip my toe in the water and maybe do a few United fans are doing pretty okay up here in third, so I wouldn't worry about us. I'd worry about yourself in fifth and your fantastic manager, Mr. Slot. Let me see. Paige says 2-1 to United, mainly because of the Leeds injuries. Dave Boy says 1-0 to United. I think it'll be a tight game. Leeds players will be playing for FA Cup semi-final places. That's true. Good point from Dave. Leeds players will be playing for FA Cup semi-final places. Very, very good shout from Dave Boy. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, if I'm being honest with you. I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point from Dave Boy. Kieran says, this channel is lovely. So happy I found it. Well, we are happy that you found us as well. We do have a good old time in here. We do talk football a lot of the time. But sometimes we talk tea, we talk TV shows, we talk the weather, we talk about everything. We did have a show one time about favourite pastries. So Kieran, you get your range of topics in this channel. No topic is too much for us. Flossie is saying it's a great place to be. It is indeed. You guys are such good company. JT says Leeds are still fighting to stay away from relegation. They will want it more. I don't know if I would say more. I would say yes, they will be highly motivated. Kind of if we win, we stay in third. If we lose, we stay in third. Leeds need to stay the hell away from relegation. And the way things are down there at the moment, there's a lot going on. Nobody wants to be dragged into that. So yeah, Leeds players are definitely going to be motivated, and for the most part they've actually been performing. Like sometimes, and we said this about Wolves for a little bit, sometimes you can be performing and you're just not getting the rub of the green. Sometimes you can be performing and it doesn't fall your way. I don't think Leeds have been as terrible as their position would suggest. As I've said many times, I actually think the league has just been really competitive this year. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy. Definitely not. Sankal says, I want Liverpool to lose badly in leg 2 at home so that we can sack our dear Slot. I don't think you're on your own feeling that way. Not at all. JT says, I think you're much more safe than top 4 than Leeds are safe from relegation. And I do agree with that. JT, definitely. Kieran is saying, I'll get my Greg's order and then. That's all right, JT. I knew what you meant. What else? Guys, Sanka, we will be doing a stream about the Champions League on Champions League night. So every single day, because obviously we do have new people joining us all the time. I probably should say this more often, but I'm so bad. We have such a chat. I'm actually so bad at doing all the admin-y stuff. For anybody that is new, guys, or doesn't know or is only finding the channel, I'm live every single day, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, normally 7 o'clock in the evening. When we have Kai on from behind the dugouts for our special Friday shows, they're at 7:30. Other than that, 12 and 7 almost every single day, and we kind of cover things as they're happening. We're very fluid on here. Streets is in the house with all the hellos of the day, saying hello to everybody. That has to be a hello for every single person within the chat. Please do also, guys, smash a like button on your way in, because again, I didn't remind us to do that either. I am the worst host ever. Don't tell you when the shows are. Don't tell you to hit the like button. Absolutely disgraceful, so I am. I don't know how you cope with me at all. Dave is hitting the bar to get a couple of pints before kick-off. Great chat, everyone. Well, Dave boy, I hope they're less than £8.50. Have a good evening, Dave. Straight saying hi to everybody. Harold is saying our Champions League spot is done and dusted. No worries whatsoever. I would tend to agree with you, Harold. I would still prefer to get the win today, but I do agree with you. I think we're pretty solid, aren't we? Streets, the sun has been shining where you are. Well, do you know what? The sun has also been shining where I am today. So sod the whole lot of yous telling me what good weather yous had. I had a bit of sunshine today. JT is saying the hostess with the mostess. JT, I haven't heard that phrase in ages. I love it. I love it. When I was a teenager, I used to do a lot of sleepovers at my house, and I was always the host sleepover person. So I used to call myself that all the time, the hostess with the mostess. So that's a good shout. Kieran is saying, I love how you talk random things, not just football. You have to pepper them in. You can't be too serious all the time, Kieran. You have to just pepper them in a little bit. There's football, and then there's random stuff, and then there's football again. Sometimes my dinner, sometimes the cats, then with football again. Keeps it from being, it's never boring. There's a lot of things can be said about this channel. We're all a bit nutty. It's absolutely never ever boring. Not once. Guess is saying, leave your predictions in the comments after the stream. Streets is going with 2-2. Okay. JT says, I hope that's not offensive, but for some reason I heard that in a show before and it popped up in my head. Not at all. I'm quite pleased. The hostess with the mostess. Not to worry, you can give me as many compliments as you like, JT. But no, guys, it is. It's very chill, very nice. A bit of crack, a bit of fun, a bit of football, a bit of just life. Where is it from? I actually don't know where it's from. I've been saying it from I was a teenager, so I actually don't know. It is from something, I would imagine, but I couldn't tell you. Harold comes in with a score prediction of 3-1 to Manchester United. Big up to Harold. I hope you're dead right. That would be good. 2-2 on the weather battle. My bad. Sanka saying Maguire is suspended after the red card versus Bournemouth. He is indeed. That's why he's not in the squad at all. Andrew Walters, big up Andrew Walters, who says, I want Man United to smash Leeds tonight 4-0. Go on, Andrew. That's the kind of vibe we need to be on. That's the way we should be thinking. Get in there and smash them. Tell you what, see, after all these holidays they've had, here, there and everyone, having a bit of a chill, having a bit of a relaxation, they'd want to go in and smash them 100%. I do think Leeds will put up a fight, but our players better go in and absolutely go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to be raging. Streets is saying United. Andrew says, thank you from a hammer. Big up to Andrew. Welcome. And Streets is saying, put Leeds on a beautiful frying pan. Fry them real good. Love it. JT says, I think you lose this to wake you up, and after that you will go through and win basically every one of your remaining games. I never want to lose. However, if we do lose and then win all the rest of the games, it won't help me tonight, but I will then cope for the rest of the season. Let me see. Bit of herbs and spice. Streets is making a whole dish over here. He's making a meal out of it. But guys, thank you very much for being here. This stream has been an absolute ball. It's just been fantastic. I will be live after the match to give a match reaction. I know I don't always do the live match reactions after the shows, but since it's been 60 years since Manchester United played, I'm expecting a good match. I will be doing a live match reaction right after the match. And then obviously the rest of the week will be normal, 12-7. But yeah, I think a live match reaction is needed for tonight. So let's hope we win, or I'm just going to be red. I'm just going to be red with anger. So yes, United, please don't let us down, or it's not going to be a fun stream later on. It's going to be slightly less chilled out and relaxed later if we've lost. But guys, thank you all very much for being here. I do appreciate your time. What I am going to do, bear with me just a quick moment. I know some of you guys will be going there anyway, but I'm going to set this up to send you, I believe, if I can find the button. Where is the fraud himself? This is going to bring you to Don Hassam's watch along. I'm going to come and say hi and give him a like, and then I'm going to leave because he's going to just annoy me saying mean things about my club. But when you get over there, guys, just let him know. Say hi, let him know I sent you, let him know he's a fraud. And then I'll see you back here after the match, okay? Have a good evening. And you too, Huge. I see you in there. Harold's mood will not change Harold's, my mood will dictate whether I'm here or not after the game. That's fair. I can't do that because I'm the host. But if I was not the host, it would also dictate whether I was here or not. So big up to you guys. Go and let that fraud know I sent yous over. Enjoy the match. Hopefully enjoy a United win. And I will see you here after the match is over. Have a good one.